Have you ever noticed that if someone is really, really famous, they can go by just one name and everyone will know who they are? People like Cher, Adele, Bono, Oprah, and of course, Prince. Over 500 years ago, there lived a man by the name of Michelangelo de Lodovico Buonarroti Simoni, and he became such a famous artist that we all know him now by just one name, Michelangelo. Michelangelo was a 16th century genius. In this short presentation, let's learn a couple of interesting facts about Michelangelo, and we'll also learn about the places where his famous art can be seen today. Finally, we'll take a look at two of the most famous sculptures in the world that were made by Michelangelo. I'll bet some of you have eaten caprese salad. It's made of tomatoes and mozzarella cheese and olive oil, and it's a famous Italian dish. Michelangelo was born in the village of Caprese way back in the year 1475. Michelangelo grew up in this house. His father was a government official. Michelangelo's father wanted him to go to school, but Michelangelo just wasn't interested. At age 13, he stopped going to school and became an apprentice to Domenico Ghirlandaio, a painter and artist. Michelangelo was 88 years old when he died. Isn't it something that someone who lived over 500 years ago is today known around the world as one of the greatest artists who ever lived? This is St. Peter's Basilica. It is in Rome, Italy, and the pastor is Pope Francis. This is one of the largest churches in the world and holds over 15,000 people. The courtyard in front of the church holds over 400,000 people. Inside the church, you can see some of Michelangelo's most famous work. Inside St. Peter's, there are many smaller chapels, and these are the doors leading into one of them, the Sistine Chapel. The chapel really is very small, only 161 feet long and 46 feet wide. Over 5 million people visit the Sistine Chapel each year. Why? Because the ceiling and all of the walls were painted 500 years ago by Michelangelo. Look at these walls. They are completely covered with pictures painted by Michelangelo. Then look at the ceiling. It was painted by Michelangelo, who had to reach over his head while standing on a scaffold. This is another picture of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. The painting shows different scenes from the Bible, and there are over 300 characters painted there. It took Michelangelo 4 years to finish it. Michelangelo actually preferred making sculptures to paintings, pictures, and liked to carve them out of beautiful smooth marble. No one knows for sure how many statues Michelangelo made because sometimes he made them in secret just for his own pleasure. Today, we know of 47 that we are sure Michelangelo created. Remember the huge church we looked at a few minutes ago, St. Peter's Basilica in Rome? Just inside the front door is this beautiful piece of art by Michelangelo. It is called Pietà. Every day, people line up in front of the St. Peter's and wait as much as 2 hours for a chance to walk by and see the sculpture. The sculpture is called David, and it is considered by many art experts to be the most perfect sculpture ever made. The statue is in Florence, Italy, and when Michelangelo first made it, it was placed outdoors in a public park. It stayed there for 369 years before it was moved indoors to protect it from the weather and from vandals. Michelangelo was a 16th century genius, and there are so many stories about his life and his work. You can learn more about him on the internet, but to really see his work, you should visit the library and ask for books about Michelangelo.